Fit for Life Radio, episode number 109. We're recording Christmas week, holiday week,
We did it.
whatever the right thing is,
We made it.
December 20th. So you'll be hearing this December 21st.
Yeah. We had to sneak it in.
Yep. We have some interview podcasts coming out in January. Looking forward to you guys hearing that. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a good one. I was actually bummed it's not posting this week. But everyone's real busy this week.
Yeah, and we almost lost it. Technical difficulties, but we saved it.
We made it.
Mm-hmm.
We're here.
In this week, speaking of technical, we're going to talk about how you can use your cell phone to your fitness and health advantage.
Your telephone.
Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of times nowadays we just hear cell phones getting bashed,
Put your phone down.
how unhelpful they are, you know, how staring at it will mess up your sleep.
And we waste a lot of time with it.
distract you, which all these things are kind of
I mean, they're not false.
true, but the reality is no one's gonna get rid of their cell phone and go live in a log cabin.
Yeah. So how do you use it to your advantage? Because you can still, it's a tool, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can use any tool for your advantage or, to
Yeah.
your detriment.
So we'll share some great things that you might not have been aware of, some things that we do, and yeah, ultimately how this is a tool that's in our lives for good. So instead of, seeing it as this complete roadblock, obstacle, terrible thing, we can use it to help us. So
Yeah. Because it's here and it's not going anywhere. So.
Yep. And while they are very distracting and suck us in, the good thing is nowadays most of them, whether you have an iPhone or an Android, they have
Is there anything besides those two?
there's Google, right?
Oh, yeah. Google phones.
Pixels. I might get one of those next because I use Google for everything so much, with the business and whatnot. So it'd be super
Do you have a Google Home?
integrated.
Nest?
Yeah. I was going to say we have one of those Alexa things, but I don't really use it that much.
I wouldn't either. But like the Nest with having like all of your temperature and things like that all under one roof sounds appealing until your house decides that
It's going to
take over. Yeah, so that kind of keeps me from getting one. Anyways.
So the first thing is, the phones have where they kind of track your time spent. What's it called on iPhone? It's like
no idea.
iPhone.
Why'd you ask me like I have an iPhone?
Well, on the Droid, what's it called on the Droid?
Digital well-being.
Yeah, they have the little digital well-being that will tell you, and I'm sure there's something similar on iPhone.
Yeah, it's under your settings. If you go to digital well-being and parental controls, you can check your screen time. And it breaks it down by app. So you can see what apps you spent, what time in, and it gives you a daily breakdown. So you can check like the previous week or whatever you want to do. And that would be a good idea, right, to check your averages.
I mean, you could real quick when people, and we've talked about this before, which is like a actual written journal, time journal. Sometimes people start to feel, I don't have time to exercise. Or I don't have
up, baby.
time to order my groceries or go get groceries. And the reality is you can pull up and see how much time you spend on TikTok, right?
Or Instagram.
And it may say, hey, for this week you average 3 hours a day. Well,
Which is, yeah.
there's your grocery shopping.
There's your I don't have enough time.
There's your meal prep. There's your workout.
Your log in MyFitnessPal. I mean, all of those things can go in there.
So, yeah, it's like the phone is a little bit yin and yang, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the problem, but you can also use it to bring accountability and be like, okay, here's my time that I'm looking for. And, yeah, that one's tough because it's like super, you almost probably want to avoid it, right? Because
a good parallel to that, and I know we really like this for most people, but there's a lot of resistance at first, is daily weighing. Like when getting people to weigh every single day, it kind of sucks at first because then you're like, well, damn, now I have to face this. I got to see this every single day, and it can be a little daunting, though people usually grow into it and really enjoy it. Same thing when it's bringing that accountability where you have to face like, damn, I spend 4 hours a day on Instagram. Then you have to accept that
Yeah.
And then you have to accept that you need to change generally. Because like we said, most people don't track their weight daily and just continue to watch it go up.
Yeah.
So you do generally need to do something about it.
Yeah, most
when you're
people
watching
don't track their screen time daily, and it just continues to go up and take a big chunk out of their day. Another thing is, and you'll see the common theme is you using it to help with accountability.
Yep.
One thing that science is finding out, and it just makes sense intuitively, is the old school method, right, was having a calendar and you put an X on it, and you're, hey, don't break the chain, and you attribute that.
That was satisfying, though.
Yeah, to some habit. And, yeah, so picking a most important, effective habit, something that you feel ready, willing, and able that you can do. So it could be, I'm going to weigh in every day. Or it could be, I'm going to have this, you make a nice protein breakfast that's going to help with your goals. And then you say, I'm going to have this breakfast every day, and that's your goal. Well, you can get these apps. Like we actually have our gym. We have a Coastal Coach app that has this built in, but there's a bunch of them. There's one called Streaks. So really any kind of like streak type app, and yeah, it makes it to where you plug in your habit, and then you check in, and it kind of gives you these, hey, you've done 3 days in a row, 4 days in a row, and there's just a lot of proven psychology behind that, and it helping creating momentum that you don't want to break. And it's super simple. That's the other good thing. It's easy and simple, and it's a good app to have on your phone to use, whether you have exercise or diet or sleep goals, it's going to give you a better chance.
Yeah, those are helpful. I like just that little check of like, you did this. It just makes it a lot easier to stay consistent with things. And then it becomes more of a habit, and you kind of do it automatically.
Yep. Another app, obviously, most people have used or know about is something like MyFitnessPal. So
again, accountability and some type of tracking.
Journaling your food intake, can be helpful. And there's also, I use an app called Strong, which is a workout app to where
I love it.
Record your workouts. And it's also cool because you can also in there like record your body weight or different metrics you want. So again, tracking accountability, but it's also fun to see. I can pull up like my history and see like my workout. It will show like a whole calendar. And
and
you can, like I can see in my month views, all the little blue dots on the calendar are the days I worked out.
It feels good.
Yeah, so I can scroll back over the year, and I think it eventually will give me some data for, you worked out this many times this year, and
they got some fun charts and stuff too for your exercises and things like that. It's a dope app. They have a free the free app's enough, but if you really want to get into it, the premium app is real even more dope.
Another thing is, and all the phones have this now too, some form. There's also an app called Twilight, but it's basically you dim the red light out of your phone. And the Android I have, it also has under the digital well-being a whole like sleep thing, which I found super helpful. So I plug in like a bedtime or an hour before bedtime, and then your phone goes black and white.
I haven't even looked at that.
Which then
bedtime mode.
Yeah, it does work because it's just not as stimulating. And actually, the way it works is it's crazy. Yeah, I'll be looking at my phone, everything turns black and white.
And you're like, damn.
And something like Instagram just isn't appealing at that point. You just kind of like stop mindlessly scrolling. It's just not as exciting, right? There's not all the color, so that kind of helps dull that way. And then obviously,
what time does that turn on? 8 p.m.
Yeah, I got to set it at 8.
If anybody knows Gary and you try to get a hold of him after 8 p.m., you're done. If you're dying at 8:05, he's not your guy. He's not your guy to call. But I respect it. Like it's a good thing to do and be able to do. Yeah. And he's very dependable at not being available after 8 o'clock.
Either of us, Alexis and I, we don't even have our phones in our room.
Yeah.
So at night,
I'm not calling you.
And yeah, so it kind of helps with that, and then you
I'm gonna
start
try that.
to get in the habit of just putting your phone away. And I think you can also set it up to where we can go into like a airplane mode or something,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's the morning time. So same thing, it will be kind of grayed out until a certain time.
If you know me, you know I'm always on the run, up early and home late, so having a 3 hour morning routine isn't really in the cards for me. What is in the cards is AG1. It's a fast way to get vitamins and minerals I need to perform. I first gave AG1 a try because I wanted a single solution that helps support my entire body by filling in nutrient gaps and simplifying my morning routine. Since drinking AG1 daily, I've always felt strong and energized and ready to attack the day. Not only does AG1 deliver my daily dose of vitamins, minerals, pre and probiotics, and more, it's a powerful, healthy habit that's also powerfully simple. It's one scoop mixed in water once a day and every day. I know that AG1 is giving my body high quality nutrition. Every batch of AG1 goes through a rigorous testing process so you know that it's safe. And AG1 ingredients are sourced for absorption, potency, and nutrition density. AG1 is a supplement that I trust to provide the support my body needs daily, and that's why I'm excited to welcome them as a new partner. Here is your chance to start every day this season with a gift to yourself. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase exclusively at drinkag1.com/provengrit. That's drinkag1.com/provengrit. Check it out. If you know me, you know I'm always on the run, up early and home late, so having a 3 hour morning routine isn't really in the cards for me. What is in the cards is AG1. It's a fast way to get vitamins and minerals I need to perform. I first gave AG1 a try because I wanted a single solution that helps support my entire body by filling in nutrient gaps and simplifying my morning routine. Since drinking AG1 daily, I've always felt strong and energized and ready to attack the day. Not only does AG1 deliver my daily dose of vitamins, minerals, pre and probiotics, and more, it's a powerful, healthy habit that's also powerfully simple. It's one scoop mixed in water once a day and every day. I know that AG1 is giving my body high quality nutrition. Every batch of AG1 goes through a rigorous testing process so you know that it's safe. And AG1 ingredients are sourced for absorption, potency, and nutrition density. AG1 is a supplement that I trust to provide the support my body needs daily, and that's why I'm excited to welcome them as a new partner. Here is your chance to start every day this season with a gift to yourself. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase exclusively at drinkag1.com/provengrit. That's drinkag1.com/provengrit. Check it out.
I think that's
And it
very
gives you a
good.
notification. It's like your bedtime is in 15 minutes or whatever. And yeah, it's pretty simple, pretty helpful. And actually now I'm just looking now because I don't have notifications on my phone except the only ones, there's a digital well-being and look, it even tells you used your phone for 1 hour and 20 minutes during bedtime.
Damn.
So that's
You're
kind of
cheating.
cool. But that's a little tricky because I think since I have it start at 8, it counts 8 to 9 as a bedtime.
Oh.
Sometimes I try not to use it then, but because watching TV and just have the phone away. But yeah, so it counts that some. But yeah, that's again going to keep you accountable.
I think that's a really good one. And then to, I guess, come right off of that, being able to, like, there's focus mode on here, or like a do not disturb mode for when you need to get work done.
Yeah, it won't let you
It
use
won't
certain
let you
apps.
use, like, it might let you use only the ones you give it permission to use. So you're kind of setting up an environment for yourself to have limits, right? Same thing with food, how we talk about not keeping things in your house or just not buying certain types of food, because if it's around you all the time, you're way more likely to use it. So, it's just setting limits in another fashion is all.
Yeah.
And I mean, we all need those limits and, aren't perfect at it, but
Yeah.
I think it's important.
The cool thing is that, as you see, most of us like we mentioned, you aren't going to just be, I'm not going to use a cell phone.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen.
So you have to find and realize it's not all or nothing. And, finding these apps and tools and strategies can, again, either make it to where it's not as, doesn't mess you up as much, and you can also use it to help you, right? So you see either the kind of 2 buckets of apps we're talking about are ones, again, like the nighttime mode, the bedtime mode, the digital wellness, screen time. So these are ways to manage your cell phone usage better to where it doesn't negatively affect you as much. And then again, the other bucket of things would be the apps that can then
like MyFitnessPal
propel
or the
you
Streaks.
forward. Yeah, which is like Streaks. So again, those things are giving you another layer of accountability that most people benefit from, between tracking your exercise, tracking your nutrition, tracking your whatever habit you find is a keystone, something that's going to propel you forward. And really, most people are going to need some form of accountability. So
absolutely,
it doesn't have to be your cell phone. It can be a coach or a friend. But it makes sense to use your cell phone. And I mean, we are coaches, right? And I also have coaches, but I still use most of these apps in one form or fashion.
Yeah. I mean, another one I just thinking is like remove, because I mean, some people have like 500 apps on their phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get rid of some apps. Also, get rid of notifications from apps as well. Like, I know you said you don't have like any notifications at all. And I think that can be helpful, because if you're getting those constant distractions and pings all day long, your mind is not where it should be. So that, I mean,
it blows my mind when I realize people actually have like the news app.
Yeah. And then you're always getting stuff around the clock.
As a notification.
Yeah. And that, man.
That's going to stress you out.
Well, exactly. Like, you have this constant, like, ping of stress all day long that's just kind of trailing along that you never get rid of. And I think, again, like a topic for another day that can be dove into, but it's just, you don't need that. You don't need that constant little thing, like, tapping you in the back of the head while you're trying to do something. So delete all the dog crap apps off your phone, and then turn off all your notifications. And that's it.
What if there's a app called Dog Crap?
I hope there is.
That lets you know when you're near, like, public dog poop dispensers. That would actually be
awesome.
Kind of helpful. So.
For all the people in my neighborhood that don't pick up after their dogs.
Oh, man.
You're going to get me fired up, man.
Dog Crap app?
Dog Crap app. There's got to be one. Oh. Dog Crap. But yeah, another one that's real easy that some people have that still like evades me even is like all the games on your phone. Like, you don't need that easy access to it. You know what I mean? It used to be you had to go like sit down and turn on your Xbox and then go play. But now you can just be sitting, waiting for somebody somewhere, and you just play a game on your phone. Like, you don't need that easy access, man.
I've been playing this whole time.
What have you been playing, man?
I actually don't have any games on my phone.
Nah, me neither.
Because they'll just distract. I think every now and then I'll get into like chess with friends, and want to do that. But then I have no friends. So that's a solution to that.
Yeah,
don't have any.
Don't
friends.
have friends, and you won't play.
Yeah.
But that's an easy one, and I guess that's easier said than done though, because that may be someone's form of entertainment. But an easy way to not waste a ton of time, I guess, on your phone. So. Yeah, because I'll see some people's phones and there's like 900 game apps. I'm like, man, you got to tone it back, because that's not helping you at all.
If you want to gamify something, then use your steps, right?
My favorite, yeah.
So you could use, whatever health apps on your phone or tracker to track your steps.
I think all phones now track your steps.
So again, leverage these things towards.
Yeah, use it to your advantage.
Health and fitness activities.
Let's see. We got a good list here. I mean, here's another one is just have your only text notifications on. And that's it. Everything else, you get 0. And then it makes you less likely to check all the time. And that's something I actually probably should do, because I always run into like, oh, you got a notification. Then you check it and you end up scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
So turning them off, you're just less likely to go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's something I've done for 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
I forget that it's even a thing. That people, yeah, I just couldn't imagine, like you get a Facebook message or an Instagram like, and then you get a note for all those different things. You get a notification. Like, how would you even separate yourself?
Yeah. Well, that's the hard part. And now everyone's expected to be available all the time. And some of this, involves setting boundaries with other people too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, I am not available all the time, 24/7, because now people get real upset if you don't immediately respond to them. So they got to be okay with it too. So setting that boundary. I know a lot of people at work, like, if you're not available after work, you'll get yelled at or whatever. And, that's a culture thing. But I still think setting that boundary is important too for yourself, so you don't feel like you have to be attached to your phone.
Yeah. A good thing to do is take your Spotify app and put it right in the center of your homepage and link it directly to Fit for Life Radio.
This is the best thing you could do. The best.
Only set up notifications for Fit for Life Radio.
When we drop a new pod every week.
That's the ultimate.
I think that's the best. And then your productivity is going to skyrocket.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like, listening to podcasts and stuff. I'm a fan of. So, don't get rid of your podcast apps.
Yeah. And
I actually think those are great for people.
yeah, you can multitask.
Yeah. And, it's a decent way for people to learn or maybe be slightly productive. So, yeah. Don't delete those.
So that's all we're saying. Sometimes, we get
carried away.
We get carried away with, and again, a lot of things you hear, you can get carried away to, you need to throw your cell phone into the ocean and move to a log cabin. And the reality is that's not a reality.
Yeah, not right
for
these
most
days.
people. And just reframe it. It's the same, really. It's your environment, right? Your digital environment.
Absolutely.
Like we talk about, things only are getting more comfortable as people, and our environments work against us.
Mm-hmm.
So, whether it's your refrigerator or your phone, you need to create structure and an environment that's going to support your goals. So that's really all you want to, focus on doing. Again, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Find have some podcast apps, have, some, a game on your phone, but then, create boundaries. Oh, well, 8 p.m. I'm off my phone. And, so then use these settings that then block certain apps or change it to black and white to where it's not as stimulating. And, create an environment, a digital environment that supports your goals. Add in something to track your workouts or your food consumption. And then you'll find, cool, now you're making progress and you're having these apps that kind of help guide you a little bit.
And, one good thing people could do is setting all of those, we'll say, important apps on your homepage. And the ones that you don't want to spend as much time is, like, they're not on your homepage, and you have to maybe work a little harder to get to them.
Yeah.
Have your bare basics.
All I have on my homepage is the weather, the my step count, and then at the bottom is the phone, text message, and camera. And then, when I pull up apps, then if I want an app, I have to, go in and pull it out.
Search or look for it.
Then I even have those into folders.
Damn, folders?
Work tools.
Oh.
Google.
Okay.
Google tools.
All right.
Social.
All your socials.
And miscellaneous.
How many are in your miscellaneous? Lots?
Well, it's a lot of them are the default stuff
that you don't even want to deal with?
Yeah.
Or maybe you can't delete?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, why do they do that? Just let me get rid of it. I don't want it. All these dumb apps. I have more than that on my homepage. I mean, things that I do, clock, my note app that I use for everything, or my life would fall apart.
I should put notes on my homepage.
Yeah. Weather, MyFitnessPal, email, Spotify, calendar, Waze. You got to have directions, man. That's more for traffic around here because you never know. And then I do have Instagram. That should probably move off my homepage.
All right. Well, if you want, hit us up. Let us know what apps you enjoy that help you.
Yeah.
Maybe try some of these things out. Let us know how it goes. Hopefully it just gets your mind churning.
Yeah. And you don't have to rapid change Doesn't have to happen overnight, but maybe try one of them and see how it works out for you.
Cool. All right, everybody. We'll be back next week. Thanks for listening.
Have a happy holidays. As always, thanks for listening, guys. If you want to learn more, check us out at coastalfitnessva.com or garydeagle.com. We'll see you next time.